Hi there, it's Reed from Blue Bear Quilts, and I'm going to give you a little sneak preview on a new pattern that I'm working on. The pattern is called Color Weave, and it's not going to be available until fall of 2025, and it uses QT Fabric's new fabric line called Interwoven. And look at all of the gorgeous colors that it comes in. And one thing that's so cool about this fabric is that it has kind of a grungy look to it. Very beautiful, all these different shades that are part of the QT Fabrics Interwoven line, which is a new fabric line that's also going to be coming out in the fall of 2025. So in this quilt you have to make half square triangles like the two at the top, and then a combined pieced unit like the one that's on the bottom. And in order to make those, I used Deb Tucker's Studio 180 Tucker Trimmer 1. And the great thing about using that tool is that it creates these units oversized, and you get to cut them down so you end up with perfectly sized units when you're all done. It's hard to sew 100% perfect, and I don't always sew 100% perfect, so that's why this is so great to use some of these Studio 180 tools in order to make half square triangles, because you end up with a perfectly sized piece. I'm also in the process of creating a new YouTube video that will demonstrate using the tools that I'm showing you in this video, and it will be called How to Make the Color Weave Quilt. The pattern also calls for flying geese units, and in order to make those, in the video I'm going to be demonstrating how to use the Studio 180 Wing Clipper 1 tool. And again, what's so great about this is that the pieces are slightly oversized so that when you're done you end up with a perfectly sized unit that can go in your quilt. And so for this particular one, it ends up at 3.5 by 6.5, and those are the exact measurement. And what's great about that is it makes it so easy to put subsequent pieces together because they're all the same size. The other great thing about using the Studio 180 Wing Clipper tool to make flying geese units is that you can create 4 at a time. Now I'm only showing you 2 here, but by using that tool you actually can create 4 at a time. In the pattern you also make square in a square blocks. And you would think that these would be fairly easy to make because it's just a square in the center with 4 triangles on the outside. But the problem once again is, in order to do it with just rotary cutting, you have to be a perfect sewer, and if you're not, you sometimes end up with wonky square in a squares, and it's hard to get them to be the exact size when they're trimmed up that they need to be, which in this case would be 6.5 inches square. So in order to do that, I'm going to be demonstrating in the video how to use the Studio 180, Deb Tucker Studio 180 Design Large Squared tool. And again, you use slightly oversized pieces and then trim down, and you end up with a perfectly sized block. So those are the 3 tools that I'm going to be demonstrating in the YouTube video that's coming up pretty soon, called How to Make the Color Weave Quilt. So if you'd like to see a demonstration of how to use those 3 Studio 180 tools, be sure to follow along on this channel, as I'll give a notification that the YouTube video is available. And also head on over to the Blue Bear Quilts YouTube channel and subscribe, and then that way when the video comes out you'll get a notification and you won't miss it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.